our feet about hip width apart, our toes are pointing forward, and we're just relaxing down into the earth here, opening up the joints of the ankles, the knees. Begin to send the energy down into the earth as you sink the bottom half of your body, and then bring the top half like you've got a string attached to the top of your head, and you're just beginning to open up the back of the spine, the back of the neck, tucking the chin in just a little bit to straighten the back of the neck, allowing your hands to either face the ground, or if you'd like, you can cross your thumbs over your lower abdomen and just breathe into the belly here. And as we breathe in, the belly will expand. And as we exhale, the belly retracts toward the spine. And the intention here is just to bring any of that kind of mental energy or any emotional energy, that scattered energy, just begin to bring it down into the body, sinking it into the ground, letting it flow into the earth. And then just allow that energy to move down the body, breathing in and out, back up the spine, opening the Tai Chi pole, the central channel of energy that we have flowing with us all the time, connecting heaven and earth. Now we can put a smile on our face, bringing a smiling energy all through the body here. Take a few more breaths to get grounded. Turn slowly from your waist, from side to side, allowing the arms just to come along for the ride. Spine staying upright, chin tucked in just a little bit. The movement is coming from the waist and hips as you stimulate the points in the lower back, and the energy center in the front of the lower dantian, waking up the body here. Breathe. Let it go. It's called knocking on the door of life. Vital energy that we have in the lower back and the lower abdomen. Come up a little bit higher now, maybe tapping along the ribs. Opening up these called the wood channels on the side of our body, stimulating the liver, the spleen tucked up underneath the ribs here. And we can come up just a little bit higher now and just tap just above the shoulder, the neck, opening up the channels into the brain. Getting a nice twist, looking back over your shoulder. Good, and we can come back down, slowing this movement down, and then just begin to tap as you stay centered here, the lower abdomen, the lower back. Again, stimulating these energy points, waking up the chi. Good, and then we can slow it down, and then just begin to knock gently just below the navel, just in our lower abdomen. We're really tuning into the energy right now, waking up the energy. And then you can come up the right side of your body, tapping along the rib cage, just below the rib cage, waking up the liver here. Good, and then we can come across the body to the other side, to the spleen. Say hello, spleen. Smile into the spleen. Good, and then we can just kind of do a little circle coming down to the navel and then around to the liver a couple of times. Good, and then coming back to the solar plexus just below the rib cage in the center of the body. Sea of chi. And then coming up a little bit higher just to the sternum here, just knocking the ear to the heart. Maybe let out a couple of ha sounds, letting it go. Good. All right. Down, shaking that out just a little bit, maybe even tapping the legs a little bit, letting it go. Awesome. Do we do the leg stretch now, I guess? Let's step out just a little bit wider than your hips. And we'll bring our hands onto the waist here. And we'll take our left foot and we're just going to turn it out to the side here. And then come down to this bow and arrow stance. And as we sink down, we just feel that nice stretch on the inside of the extended leg. Good. And then we come back up. And then we're going to turn our front foot up in about 45 degrees. And we're going to sink down to that back leg. And then reach that arm down along the leg here. Feel the stretch on the other leg. Good, and then bring your hands back to your waist. Come back down into that lunge. Coming up, we're going to switch sides, go the opposite way. So we come down to the lunge. Coming up, inhale. Move your foot more to 45 degrees. Reach down, exhale. Coming back up. Inhale. Exhale, back down to our lunge. Do this one more time on both sides. Around, sinking. Exhale. Inhale up, and then really reach down here. Nice stretch. Good. Coming up. Going back to our lunge. Coming to the other side. Again, lunge. Snake creeps down the leg. Back up. Lunge. This time we're going to add the arms to this. So we want to extend our arms out like warrior two, and again we come down. Exhale, coming back up. Really extend your arms. Reach. Inhale. Exhale back into our lunge. Come to the other side. Our arms stay out. Lunge. Inhale. Exhale. Back up. Inhale. Sink. Good. Let's see. One more round, I think. Last time. Good. Awesome. Coming back up. Okay, yeah, so, sorry. Extend your arms out, and then a nice forward, fold all the way down. Letting your hands touch the ground here, or perhaps cradle the elbows. Just allowing the front half of your body to fold over the bottom half. Breathe here. And then while we're down here, we can begin to massage the back of our legs. Just gently massaging from the hips, down the back of the leg, back of the thighs. Squeezing gently all the way down the calves, down to the ankles. Massaging your feet. And then we can slap down the back of the legs. And waking up this bladder energy channel all the way down. And then we can do one more thing. We can rub, just gently rub the back of the legs, smoothing out the energy all the way back down. Again, letting your body just dangle here. And while we're here, between your first and your big toe and your first toe, you just trace a line up to where those meet, a little bit more central to the foot. There's a nice liver point there you can massage. The liver is the energy of the spring. Releasing any anxiety or frustration or anger. Good, and then drop our hands back down to the ground, and then slowly, very slowly, rising up one vertebra at a time. We roll up. Head will come up last. Shoulders back and down, and we'll step in. All right, we'll move into a flow called Sage Holds Up the Heaven. So the palms face toward the sky here. They come up in front of the body, they shine into your heart and your lungs, and then they turn over and they reach up into the sky. And as you do, you can kind of sink down into the ground, feeling that stability. Good, and then taking that energy from the sky, bringing it down in front of your face, bringing the palms facing your chest and your lungs, bringing the hands back down. Do this a few times, gathering up some energy around us, bringing it up in front of our body, turning the hands over, reaching up, bringing in that white light from the sky, bring your hands down, shining that white light into your lungs here, letting the hands drift back down. Do this 2 more times. We're going to do it one more time as we come up. We're going to separate the hands. One hand goes up and the other hand comes down, separating yin and yang, pushing up, stretching here, and then allow your hands to come back down. The hands pass each other in front of your body, and then they separate again, pushing up and pushing down. Good. Doing this again as the hands pass, separate, balancing this energy, coming down one more time as we push through. Good, we're going to do this again, bringing the other hand back up. And then we're going to just do a little bending to the side here, opening up the right side of your body as you do a little lean. Good. And then coming back down, let's pass those hands again, and we're going to lean to the other side. We're kind of stretching the meridian lines of the liver and the gallbladder. Good. Let's do this one more time on either side, both sides here. Stretching that energy, opening those channels, and then letting that flow of energy release and pump through the body. Good. Coming back down, form a chi ball in front of our midsection here. Breathe into that ball of energy. And then we're going to take the right hand and we're going to push it in front of our body, and the left hand comes behind it. We'll look out toward our right hand. Good, and then we're going to come back, bring that chi ball with us, turning the opposite direction, switching those hands, pushing out. Good. Do this again as we come back to the center. Gazing at the moon. Looking at your hand. Coming back around. Good. This time, bring the chi ball to the midsection. We're going to step out a little bit wider here. And we're going to turn this foot out like we did previously. We're going to reach out with that right hand as we push forward and back in. Back at our back. Coming back to the center, bringing that chi ball with you, shifting your weight, pushing out, looking back. Good. Back to the center. Do this again. Push. Dragging here, all circulating, building circulating energy. One more round, both sides. One time, the other side. Back to the center. Right. So now we can come down into a bit of a horse stance, so our feet are a little bit wider than our hips here. Our tailbone drops. Our spine is nice and long here. Again, like we're suspended from a string from the sky. You can bring the hands out into hugging the tree. Build up a little bit of heat here, a little bit of energy, tonifying this energy, this spring energy that we have around us. Breathe into that. And then you can bring our hands into prayer and then press your knuckles right into your sternum, the thumb knuckles, into this point CV17, this heart point, this heart opening. Great place to massage for any anxiety you might be feeling. Calming the heart here. Good. And now we're going to move into preparing the dragon. And we want to take our hands and we want to push them, let's push them to the left. And as we do, we look over to our right shoulder. Good. And then we're coming back toward the center, bring the hands, and we're going to go the opposite way, looking over our left shoulder. Do this a couple of times. And we can begin to shift our weight too, so as we push one direction, we look, we kind of straighten that right leg. Coming back, shift our weight the opposite way. Good, we can come down and shift, maybe get a little bit lower here. Also shifting the weight. Good, this time let's come back to the center. And we're going to move our hands and our head at the same time. So let's move toward the right. So our hands move out diagonally to the right. And as our head moves, we shift our weight. And then we begin to shift the opposite direction. This is a swimming dragon here, so we're pretending like we're swimming through a lake, a pristine lake. The dragon begins to wake up here, shifting our weight, opening the lateral spine. Good, and as we move this dragon can begin to dive down a little bit deeper in the water. Down and around. The spiraling energy of the dragon. Good. We can begin to come up a little bit as we begin to straighten our legs, and the dragon begins to emerge out of the water. Hands again rising up all the way toward the ceiling. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, nice little back bend here as we open up into Laughing Buddha. Good, coming down, straighten our spine. Pick your hands and just let them rise up to your chest and push back down. Good, this time we'll bring our hands back to prayer. We're going to do this one more time, swimming dragon. So again, we can begin to shift our weight from one leg to the other. And then we begin to add the head and the twisting of the spine, swimming. Good. And we can begin to emerge out of the water, coming up. That rising energy of the spring, reaching up. Inhale, open up. Exhale, nice back bend here. Both post arms open up to the sky. Then your hands come down, and we'll clear this energy. Inhaling up to the chest, exhaling, pushing down. Let it go. Step in just a little bit. Again, sink the tailbone down, hands facing the ground here. Feel the energy from the earth, really filling the palms of the hand as you're almost like you're breathing that energy in from the earth. This energy point in the middle of your palm, Lagom, potent energy area that we can receive and also give energy. And after a while, it almost feels like your palms are breathing that energy from the ground, from the environment. Good, and we're going to circulate this energy. So our hands will begin to like they're skimming water and just shifting the weight to the right, coming to the side, bringing your hands facing each other, reaching up, like you're carrying a ball with you, looking up with it, and coming around to the other side, sinking down into that ball of energy, and then letting it separate and skim that water here, reaching up. Moon over the lake. So you can imagine your hands are carrying the moon all the way around, and then the moon reflecting on the body of water. And that shifting of your weight as you bring that with you. One more time around. but stopping at the center, and we're going to go the opposite direction, skimming the water here, bringing that moon with us, down and around. Good. One more time around. Good. Centering here. Maybe stepping down just a little bit more, so more like hip width apart or shoulder width apart. Again, the palms facing the ground here. And then we're going to take our left hand and we're just going to sweep it across the ground here. And then we're going to take the hand and we're going to bring it, the knife edge of the hand, up the center line of our body. And then as it comes to the top, we're just going to sweep our hand around like we're gathering energy from the sky. And then we're going to let that energy come down and bow away as you bring the hand down, top of the head, then in front of the face, down the center of the body. And then let it come back down facing the earth. We're going to do the same move with the other hand. So we're going to sweep that energy just around us, bringing that hand up the center line of the body, the knife edge of the hand, reaching up through the crown, sweeping energy from the sky, letting it fall, hand facing the top of the head, sweeping down, facing ground. Let's do this again with the opposite hand. Sweep around, come up the center, open up. We're centering this energy, integrating it into the center line of our body, into the central meridian. One more time on the opposite side. Back down. This time we can do both hands, so the hands sweep out to the side and the back of the hands face each other. They come up the center line of the body and they open up and we sweep around, gathering that earth energy, hands on the top of the head, sweeping down in front of the eyes, in front of the face, down to the center line of the body to the ground. One more time as we sweep through back of the hands, up through the center. That energy, bring it down. Hands face the ground now. And then we can step in, both feet next to each other, bringing interlacing the thumbs, and just allow your body here to begin to rock and sway, not trying to control anything. A little bit wider and begin to circle your hands over the lower abdomen with the intention of bringing any of that excess chi down into this lower storage tank, this area that we can always call upon to give us the energy we need whenever we need it. It's safely stored in our body. it down. And take a big breath into your hands. Inhale. And with the sigh, we can let go. Exhale. We can bring our hands up and we can rub them together. And then take the heels of the hand and just gently lay them over your eyes and let the fingers just drape over the top of your head, letting that energy sink into your brain, relaxing the brain, enlivening our nervous system. Breathe all that good chi. Breathe. And then when you're ready, you can run your hands, fingers through your hair. 10 dragons running through the forest. And brush it off. Body. Shake it out. Let it go.